I'm James Conrad, PDGA number 17295, and here's an in the bag. For the discs I've been bagging so far, I'll start with the putters. I've been putting with the Electron Soft Ions. These things feel great in the hands. I've always liked a soft grip on the putters, so this thing, I just feel like I get great grip with my thumb on top. My finger sets nicely on the bead here. Just been getting really clean releases. Been really happy with my putting with these Ions. As far as throwing putters, I've really been mostly relying on the Envy. I've got an assortment of 4 in my bag here. A couple of these are really beat up. This one I actually got used. It's super beat up, so like really understable. I can get really quick hyzer flips out of it, or for like maybe a long jump putt. This Electron Firm one, I've started to beat in, and it's great for a super straight shot. I can start it on hyzer, it just pretty much pops up to flat, maybe even finishing a little bit right. So this is going to be really useful out here at the Beast this weekend. I have another Electron Firm one that I've not quite beat up as much yet, and this one's a little more overstable, but haven't been throwing this a ton. It's just nice to have multiples in the bag, especially for practice, so I can throw it once and then throw it again with something similar. I have this Cosmic Electron Envy as well. This thing's awesome looking. It feels great in the hands, and it's overstable for me, so great for hyzer shots. I can even get a little bit of a flex line out of it if I force it over. Definitely been a great putter for me. The only other putter I'm bagging is an Entropy. I've never bagged like a really overstable putter like this before, but it's already become very useful. Back in Vegas, I was throwing it a lot in the high winds. Just able to hit it hard, keep it low, and really control the distance and the speed. So the Entropy's been great. I'm bagging the Baseline Electron Firm. I've also got a Neutron that I've been throwing some. It's got like an MVP open stamp on it, and that one's like way more overstable than this one. So only really need that in certain situations. But between this and that, I'm definitely covered in the slow overstable slot. Next up in my bag check is mid-ranges. I'm not bagging a ton right now. I've been loving the Envy so much for throwing that it doesn't leave a lot of need for mid-ranges, but when I do need one, I've been digging the Reactor. I got 2 in the bag. This sweet one, OTB actually hooked me up with this one. It's a die by Tim Perkins. This thing looks sweet, feels great. It's coming out of the hand good. And this one's just a little fresher, so a little more overstable. It's a cool die. This glow plastic feels really good. Been digging it. Moving up to the 6-speed. It's kind of close to mid-range for me. The relay has been, it's been really useful, especially now that we've gotten to a wooded course. Like the wooded 9 out here in Waco has some like really tight lines, some hyzer flip lines that you want something you can release on hyzer and just have it pop up to flat, going really straight. And for me, this Cosmic Neutron relay has really fit that bill. Super useful to have like a understable, somewhat slow disc, and the relay has been my go-to for that. And feels really similar to me to the Crave. I just started bagging this week, trying it out, and I'm not sure I'll throw it in the tournament because I'm a little more comfortable with the relay, but again, that 6.5 speed slot for really controllable lines while still getting some good distance. Between the relay and the Crave, I feel like I'm covered. Moving up in the speed category brings me to the Volt. One of the first times I threw a Volt, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna love this disc. And I knew it would be making the bag. I selected it as my first Tour Series disc, and the Bindi James, I'm stoked with the stamp, and I'm stoked with how it's flying. It's pretty straight for me. It can handle a lot of power. It can definitely fly great on like a hyzer or even a little bit of a forced over line. So very useful utility, like fairway driver. And I'm bagging another Volt as well. This Cosmic Neutron feels a little more overstable. So if I'm looking to release something on a bit more anhyzer, I might go with this Cosmic one, or if I'm trying to throw into the wind, this can be, just that little extra stability can be what I need over the Tour Series Volt. I found the Tesla to complement the Volt really well. I feel like they're somewhat similar. I can throw a lot of the same shapes with it, but a little extra speed from the Tesla, I can just get a little extra distance. I've actually really been enjoying this Fission Tesla. I have it in max weight, but the Fission plastic I get really good grip on, and this thing's a bomber. Like downwind, I feel like it goes as far, if not farther, than some of my faster discs in the bag. And yeah, definitely enjoying the Tesla. And then I have a Neutron Tesla that this thing's really pretty and swirly, and a bit more overstable, so between these two Teslas, that 9-speed slot, I feel pretty well covered. I've just recently started to bag the Wrath. I haven't thrown it yet in tournament, but I'm liking it as another, really controllable driver. Definitely still learning the MVP lineup, and part of that is, kind of cycling in and cycling out some discs from time to time and just seeing what I can really start to trust. So the Wrath may fill that slot. And I have the Insanity. All the Insanities I got look awesome. They're like almost like a citrus burst kind of thing going on, and just super cool. These fly pretty understable. I've actually been using it as a roller disc or on like a shot that I need a really late flip. So I can put a lot of hyzer on it and it'll just slowly stand up for me, and even maybe finish to the right. I've had some really cool shots with this and some big rollers. The last two fairway slower driver class that I have are the Fireball and the Motion. I feel like these are kind of interchangeable. This Motion I got is like board flat, so I found this to be a little more overstable than the Fireball. But if y'all watched the Vegas tournament at all, you definitely saw me throwing this Fireball a lot. In the heavy wind we were playing in out there, I was able to just hit it hard, hit it flat, and trust it to cover some distance and then fade nice and softly to the ground. So it's been pretty windy out here at Waco. I expect to be throwing this some more out here in the open. And like I said, Motion pretty similar, but even a little more overstable. So if the wind's really strong in my face, I might opt to step it up from the Fireball to the Motion. Moving on up to the high-speed drivers. I've really started to dig the Photon. This is probably going to be my go-to driver this season. I've really been enjoying the fission plastic. I actually have 3 fission Photons in my bag right now. One of them's a bit lightweight. This gray one's only 164, so for me this has been like really bomber, especially downwind. I have a couple others in the bag, this blue and the red, that are both max weight or just close to it. And yeah, these are, really don't need both in the bag, but again, for practice, it's nice to have multiple so I don't have to like go get my disc, come back, go throw them again. And yeah, I feel like the Photon's gonna be my go-to, just controllable driver. Maybe not maximum distance, but something that I can get great distance out of while maintaining some good control. I have a 4th Photon in the bag. This is a Cosmic Neutron one. Seems like almost all the Cosmic discs I've been throwing have been a bit more overstable, so this one's also a bit flatter. I don't think I quite get as good a distance out of this, but it's a little more dependable. If the wind picks up, a little wind in my face, I can trust this one not to roll over on me. And yeah, it's got a cool Starfighter stamp on it too, so that's always fun. The last high-speed driver I have in my bag is the Panic. This thing's a 13 speed. It's very overstable. This thing's been a pretty good workhorse for me already this season. I can really hammer over on these into the wind even, and they like to kind of pan out of it and even fight back. I can hit it with hyzer and trust it will never roll over on me. Definitely useful to have a really overstable fast disc in the bag. I'm James Conrad with Team MVP. Thank you for watching my In the Bag.